I've probably kept you too long. Get some rest. Feel free to go around. Chuck and Clonk would be sure to love the information about Zariel's blade. Anything that you can give them would be of great help. And I believe they're working on a grinder a lot like mine up on the hill.
Very well.
Between the middle finger and the forefinger.
Okay.
Pointer finger.
So I'm going to go up there, I guess. I mean, if you guys, I will be back. I'm going to go talk to them, see if I can figure out this grinder thing, see if I can get us some wheels.
Yeah, I'm going to go see the fellow Kinkus.
Yeah, she says, I'll work on wheels for you as well, so don't worry about that.
Okay.
She says, because of Sim. She gives you a link.
All right, yeah, turn around and go
She
up.
kind of giggles and sighs.
Insight check. Nope. Just
Okay.
too weird. I don't want to know.
So you.
I'm dying to hear a conversation just between Kenkus.
Yeah.
Does she have any armaments on the battlements? Like,
Yeah, so
obviously they have to defend this place.
yeah, you look out and you do see you see quite a few red caps, sorry, kind of running along the top of these like junk pile embattlements, and every once in a while you do see some sort of like bunker kind of perched on the top. You can't really get a good look inside of it, but they're kind of evenly spaced around the outside, along the battlements around the whole kind of area.
All right.
Okay, 1 second here. Let me find my notes. Where's Fort Knucklebone? There it is.
Is that the one from Zelda?
Yeah.
Okay, so you travel out of the hut. Like Mad Maggie, kind of as soon as you guys, she says, travel around. She immediately ignores you and goes back to kind of rummaging through shelves and flipping through like books and kind of like whispering to herself. She's like, "Oh, I'll need this and this and this might work." Yeah.
I want to just stay and hang out with Maggie. Everybody else can go and run off and do their thing. I'm gonna stay and just hang out with Maggie.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll. Do you talk to her at all? Okay. So you head out, and you walk up the hill and you hear the sound of clanging hammers and grinders and and
Get up there, it's only the birds.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah, exactly. Actually, give me a stealth check.
7.
Okay. Yeah. You top up over the hill and you see this multicolored demon grinder. It looks like it's been pieced together over a bunch of parts. There's still one of the wheels is missing, and you see these two kinku. One of them has like feathers kind of falling out, like there's patchy flesh. The other one has got like this like welding helmet over its head, and it's like grinding on this big infernal machine. As you all are walking up, are you going with too? I guess, or and what about you, Coin? Are you going to?
I'm not split.
I think Coin's gonna wander up to the armaments on the battlements.
Okay. Okay.
Just
Cool.
check them out.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll get to you in a second. They notice you. One turns, The one on the bottom turns, and he kind of picks up a rock and chucks it, and it hits the other one in the back of the head, and he like pulls it up, and he kind of turns and squawks at the one below, and then the other one points, and you walk up.
I walk
the
up,
group
kind of
of
just
you,
wave.
and they immediately like look at you intently and kind of walk down and walk up to you, and they begin to walk around you and kind of like poke and prod.
Yes. Are you Chukka and Clunk?
She says, "Yeah," and one of them kind of goes makes the like train noise like chukka 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 chukka, and one goes clong clong clong, and they then notice Clash, and they turn and they say, chukka chukka clonk clonk, and they point to you.
Yeah, make my chord noise. My piano's turned off right now.
Okay.
Twang.
Yeah. So they kind of give you a strange look, and they say, nickname, and they do like a violin and make like a wussy violin noise, and then they say chukka 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 clonk clonk clonk, and they kind of puff out their chests.
I think they're attempting
are they
to
humanoid?
mate.
I mean, they're you is a
They're
Technically
humanoid. They're
humanoid,
humans.
yeah.
Yeah.
Can I like motion to one of them over to come talk with me?
They kind of they kind of look at you and kind of smirk, and then say patience, soft one, and then they turn away from you and they start like speaking with Five.
I think they called you a bitch, dude.
100%.
Yeah, Clash is having a bad time here.
We're here to talk to you about Zariel's blade or her ship.
They say they're like poking at the gears of your arms, and then they stop and they say, "Ooh, how close have you been?" And they're talking in Kinku.
Yeah. We were a ways off of one of the chains.
They grab your shoulder and they like pull you over to this table, and they begin like clearing it off of all this junk, and they pull out this piece of paper and they begin to make like a rough sketch of it, and they say distant scene, and they're asking you to fill in the details. Like they're asking about like, did you see it make contact with the ground? Did you see it deploy troops?
I saw it come in, land hard,
Yeah,
with
like
blade
a kind of
side down.
Yeah, blade came into the earth,
came in,
yeah.
carved a thing, and then stuff poured out of it.
Yeah.
And then large demons were fighting against.
Yeah.
All right, so I have like pretty good.
Yeah, you have keen.
Word that I'm looking for.
Keen sense.
Yeah, I
Keen
have
mind.
keen mind, but also like drawing, like forging, and like
Yeah.
making copies.
Yeah.
So I want to like draw like exactly what I saw, but then like leave out parts of it,
Okay.
and it should be like obvious to them that I'm like leaving out parts of it.
Okay.
I just like he just comes over and I'm like, Clash, you know more about this than I do, obviously with your drawing, but we need and I kind of just hold off, Clash. We need a way to power a grinder.
A demon grinder?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they say, well, soul coins, of course. That's the way.
Do you have any?
He says, yes.
Give them to me.
They laugh and they say, give me 2,000 gold.
I can give you 1,700.
At this point, I want to kind of like nudge Five, and like point to a part and just be like over dramatically like stroking my beak. Like,
yeah,
what did it
yeah.
look like? What did
Yeah.
it look like?
We'll give you more information on the blade for soul coins.
They like look at each other and they say, 1,700 in information.
No, just the information. Information for information. Maggie's even the one who says information.
She kind of looks around. He kind of looks around. And he says, "Soul coins are not information; they're things." And he pulls one out. And there's this like big.
What has he got one?
Yeah, he made one for Ernest.
Nice.
Where? Maybe I don't have them. Where'd they go?
Did you check under the cushions of the couch?
Yeah, exactly. He pulls one out and he kind of like flips it. He doesn't give it to you, but he hands it over, or he holds it out and he says, "Physical, not information."
Yes,
Can you
but
show it
you
on the
want
camera,
information
Jesse?
on this.
Yeah,
You want information on the.
Ooh, sick.
You want
Dude, it's
information on Zariel's blade. But we need soul coins.
He says, 1 soul coin for information.
1 soul coin for 1 point on the sword on the blade.
He shakes his head.
Wait, how far does a soul coin get you?
You have no idea.
Yeah. How about this? 500 and information for a soul coin.
He says, "Okay."
You're going the wrong way.
No, it's fine. It's fine. We can get at least 3.
So he flips the coin and puts it deep in his pouch, and then he says, "Information," or he says, "Gold."
I pull out 500 gold. Draw one place on the map or on the blade.
So I'll
Yeah,
start to draw it.
He points to the like the door that you saw that the devils open up. He points to that.
Draw whichever one you want.
He says, "No."
You said you didn't specify which ones. You just said information on the blade.
He takes out the 500 gold and throws it back at you.
I haven't given it to him yet.
I'll start making like the humming sound from the blade
Yeah.
and like tapping the pen. Like,
Yeah, and both of them do the same thing. They make the humming sound of the blade. We've all heard it.
Very well. I mean, it's all information. I cannot. I am not a good negotiator. I am not coin.
You said it, not me.
Yelp.
So he points to the door again.
I'll start to fill in the door.
Okay. Yeah, and as you're filling it in, he's asking questions about like, how big the door was, like what's dimensions, like how did it fold out, that kind of information. And after you finished, do you leave anything out of the door drawing, or do you?
I think if I knew more about them, I might try to, but I'm not sure. Like, I'm not mechanically inclined enough to know what makes sense.
Yeah.
That they couldn't tell that I lleft it out. So I think I would include all of it.
Okay.
The hinges.
Okay. Yeah. They kind of speak back and forth to each other, like talking about, this was probably used and that was probably used, and they said.
Oh, and like I'll like when they ask for like specific parts, I can like minor illusion and show it like opening.
Okay. Oh yeah, great. Okay. Yeah, they really like that part. So yeah, after they're done, they say, "Good information." And they pull out the soul coin and they set it down on the table.
Said the 500.
Okay. They swipe it, and they say, "Good. Enough writing, sissy stuff. Come, can you clank clank clank?" Speaking to 5.
Oh, you need work?
And he kind of gestures to the demon grinder.
Yes. I pull out my tools.
Okay, yeah. So they lead you over and they begin to like kind of go over like, this is what's working on it, this is what's not. We're really close. We've been working on this for months. Super excited. Completely ignoring Clash again. Like they just kind of after you've written, there's no thank you, there's no nothing. They turn and they walk over. And so, do you want to know anything about the?
Yeah, how it runs, basically like axles, because it looks like a big cart just on wheels.
Yeah.
Finding different, like I'm just gonna go into like everything about the vehicle, how it steers, how it runs,
I was on edge
armaments,
before.
everything.
I gesture to Clash and say maybe we should go meet up with Coin.
No. I stay, and whichever one was doing the most bullying, I'm studying him real hard.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, and I'm just basically like start small, then go to here, and then go to here, and it keeps going on. And
Yeah.
on.
So the basis of these things is they work off of these soul coins, and if you ask about the soul coins, it's the devils and demons decided that just owning souls wasn't fun enough, so they decided to start trading in souls. So they devised these coins that could trap the soul of a being, and each one of these coins is one soul, and they begin to trade in these.
Yeah, I'm really glad I'm not here for this.
Yeah, years and years ago, someone invented these gigantic mechanical motors that could be powered by souls, and the easiest way to feed these these souls are from soul coins. So they lead you up onto this.
Are the souls destroyed when they're used?
Yes.
Like
I do them a favor.
They say
I have questions, but I'm not there.
yeah. And they say they show you like the driving mechanism. Like there's a bunch of like pulleys and gears and levers, and they're saying this one's right and left. This one speeds it up, slows it down. They say they tap this bottle and they say Demonicker gives it a boost, and they say and then they show you the slot, and they say one soul, 72 hours.
Okay.
And they say they also explain that some people have found ways of, and this is going to be 100 Mad Max, hooking up living beings to these war machines and siphoning a part of their soul out to temporarily fuel. They're
remember that in Mad Max.
They're talking
The blood bag and
Fury Road blood bag. Yeah. He says that they talk about how they once got stuck in the middle of nowhere, and Chukka had to hook himself up to the machine to fuel it. He describes it hurts like hell.
May I examine you?
He said, yeah.
I kind of just grab him real hard, pull him in close, pull open each eyelid,
Yeah.
open his mouth.
He looks normal. He says, you recover, but it takes time.
You recover your soul?
He says, but he holds up a coin and says, this is much easier.
In Spelljammer, there's a very similar thing. Like a lot of the Spelljammer stuff is run just like you sit in a thing and it just takes the magic from you for like a day.
Yeah.
But there's another one that you hook people up to it and it siphons their life force out and it fucking powers the shit.
Yeah. So basically,
It's good shit.
I don't know, like mechanically, like you would take, you would hook yourself up to it if you wanted to.
Take a bunch of damage.
You would take damage. Your max hit points would be reduced for a period of time. You'd
long?
eventually recover it.
A
72
period
hours.
of time?
No, how much hit points?
Hold on just a second.
Because say like if we needed something to run off it, we can always use 6 as a battery.
Right.
Maybe it has to have a soul, though. 6 doesn't have a
soul.
I mean, I don't think 5 has.
So,
I'm not so sure.
so basically, you take 1d10 points of damage. It fuels the war machine for 12 hours. The damage, your maximum hit points and everything is reduced by 1d10. It cannot be healed by normal means, and
Long rest.
it regains 1 hit point per day.
Yeah, boy.
A greater restoration you think might speed up that process?
Ain't nobody gonna get any.
Not
of
even
that.
fix it, just speed it up.
You ain't gonna get any of that from this group.
Oh, I gotta level up. Almost there. Gotta get your hearing back.
So how much does greater restoration speed it up?
You aren't sure. They don't know either. Like they would say they have not encountered someone that has greater
So this
restoration.
so-
hurts you to
You could get
drive.
greater
And-
restoration.
and they-
I'm not getting greater restoration.
And they would
I'm not
say,
gonna get this
and they would say, why would you want to restore that? Like most of the time, they like most of the roving bands will hook up slaves and just siphon their entire life.
And after I sit with
and
these
toss
guys
them
for a while, I call over. You hear, and you see 6 come over, and I'm like, kind of looking at him, looking at the wheels, and I look at them. I'm like, can you put those on him?
They think about it and they say, maybe. And they walk over to the table again and start like kind of consulting with you. And I think we can kind of leave it there as you're trying to work through it.
Yeah.
But
He's gonna have a hard time with stairs.
yeah. So just to like this takes probably a day or so, over a period of time. Like
Yeah.
you don't have to. You can stop and take a long rest or whatever. But you're working on it, and over a day, you can construct some sort of way to convert 6, like add wheels and make him some sort of motorcycle that can be ridden.
Okay.
The wheels would then have to be removed. It would take you some time to convert him back into a dog.
Yeah.
But so while he's in vehicle form, he wouldn't be able to attack or do anything that 6 normally does. And then the opposite's true.
Yeah.
So
It's the same way like with me. It takes me an hour to take
Yeah.
armor off, and then
Yeah.
another hour to put it back on.
yeah,
So.
yeah, exactly. So, also they're really interested in everything that you have to do, and you're helping them out, and you're giving them ideas for stuff.
Yeah, like
so
improvement.
at the very end, we'll kind of skip way forward.
Yeah.
They're smiling, and 6 is completed, and they hand you a tool, and you get a.
Get some swag.
Phillips.
Get a +1
Multi-tool?
multi-tool.
Yeah.
Yep.
Artificer tool.
Yep. Artificer tool. So they say this will help you. Thank you. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So let's so that's kind of that part. Let's go to Coin next. Coin, you begin to approach the wall, and you see that the red caps are kind of walking along the battlements, and you see ladders kind of interspersed throughout. What's your approach?
No, I think he would just kind of climb right up. The guys on the battlements have seen us, so
Yeah.
he would just kind of climb right up, looking around, obviously looking curious.
Okay, so you begin to climb the ladder, and one of the red caps stops at the top of the ladder and looks down and says, "What the hell are you doing?"
You got things that go boom.
He says, "Yeah, you want one?"
Yeah.
He turns away, turns back, and drops something on you. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, 18 on the die.
Okay, so you're able to move out of the way. Like it looked, he dropped like a big old like hunk of like junk, and it just falls past you and like impacts onto the ground. Yeah, just like a poof, it leaves like a small crater. And he says, "Do you want some more?" And you see another head poke out and look down.
No, let me come up there.
They laugh and they say, "No."
I can help you.
Here comes
can
another
help you
one.
make-
Give me another dex saving throw.
These guys are jerks.
Yeah.
17 on the die.
Okay, yeah, a little bit closer this time. Like you have to hug the ladder, and it kind of whooshes right by your head, and they're like, "Woo, quick!" They're like, "What do you want?"
I just wanted to check out their cannons or if they have cannons, if they're using something to defend themselves. Mad Maggie
Okay.
helped us, so I'm trying to help them a little bit.
Oh, I think that they would say they would say goblins aren't allowed, and they point, and you see this pile of junk off to the side, and it looks like there's some sort of like mechanism laying on the ground over there.
Okay. He kind of cranes his head and looks at it, and then looks up at them.
It could be another
Kinda
dexterity
gives him
saving throw.
A scowl and leaves. Is he drop another one?
Yeah.
Okay. It's gonna be 15 total.
Okay, yeah. Like as it's coming down, it catches on your cloak a little bit and jerks you a little bit, but no damage. And they say,
I slide down the ladder.
Okay.
I just grab the rails and I'm like
Yeah.
out.
yeah. So you wander over to this. And it looks like it's some sort of like you can immediately tell it's some sort of like ballista almost.
Okay.
But they're give me an investigation check or an Arcana check.
I'll do Arcana.
Okay.
It's gonna be 23.
Okay. Yeah. So you see, it's some kind of magically kind of boosted ballista. So it looks like some kind of steel rods are placed in it, and there you see runes along the edges. This one has been broken, so part of the runes have been kind of sheared off.
Okay.
And it's kind of been just tossed to the side. But it looks like that they use some sort of ballistas that are magically enhanced to shoot extra long distances and with extra power.
Okay. Is this like something that they have up on their towers? And
I mean,
this
you
is
can
just a junk one?
you can assume that this one that's probably what they have up in their like battlements, and that this one was broken, was kind of tossed to the side.
Is it light enough that I could drag it or lift it?
Probably not as goblin. Maybe like 3 or 4 people could probably pick it up or lift it, but it's big. It's huge. You think it might be like a type of weapon that would be used against like one of the war machines that you've seen.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess at this point I'll just look at it, investigate it, and gather as much info as I can about it, and then go get one of these or a few of these friends of mine to help me bring it back to the grinder shop.
Okay, yeah. At this point you're wandering around if you want to be, and Clash is wandering around, or do you stay the entire time, Clash? That 5 is kind of working on 6.
The second they talked about cars, I was just like, oh.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it like after I'm like sufficiently sure that if I killed this guy I could impersonate him.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'll wander off.
Okay.
That's a very specific.
Something to do with his class.
Yeah. No reason.
Yeah.
Okay. So the 3 of you are able to kind of like scrounge up a cart, and you can kind of get it on the cart a little bit and kind of push it up to where the area of like where 5 is working with Chukka and Clonk.
Okay. And then I would probably, I don't know if 5 is still working on something with
Yeah,
the
I think
grinder,
at
but-
this point, 5 is intimately like working with
Yeah,
Chukka and Clonk.
if you talk to me, I completely ignore you.
Yeah.
All right, what would I do then? I've got a one spot of magical tinkering left. I look over at the grinder as it is, and I can kind of mock up a wheel for it in my mind, but I'll make a little mini one.
Okay.
And then I'll have it like drive out in front of 5, and instead of like the top of it, whatever it looks like, it has this ballista on it.
Okay. Cool.
And then it turns and points and aims and shoots off little sparks. And I'm trying to show him, look, here's what we can do.
Oh yeah, add it.
Yeah,
All right, so I point to the guys that are helping me pull this thing up and see if they can help me get this thing on top of the machine.
Okay, yeah, they say,
let me see.
they say, good idea. It's broken. Like it doesn't work.
I'll fix it.
They say, you fix it. We'll mount it on our thing.
Okay.
So you're just putting it on their vehicle?
Well, I'm assuming that they're going to let us take this vehicle, right?
Yeah, this is Cheka and Klonk's vehicle.
Yeah.
This is Chaka and Clunk's?
Yeah.
You're taking information on making our own?
Yeah,
he's
don't add this right now. Maggie says she can.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
Maggie says she's going to get us one of our own.
Yeah.
So
I'll spend time fixing the thing then.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, give me a like 2 Arcana checks. Let's do DC 15. If you can do both of them, then you can get it put back together. Actually, give me a what's it, like a tinkering check? A tinkering check and a Arcana check.
What is a tinkering check?
Tinkering check is proficiency and intelligence.
Oh, okay. So it would be it'd be the same as my Arcana.
Okay, yeah.
That one.
Uh-oh.
Nope, that one. No.
You can't use your flash of genius?
I don't have it anymore. It's hacked.
Okay. So
You'll probably try it again after a long rest.
Okay, so yeah, you begin to work on it, and some things are coming together. Like you're starting to piece it together, but unfortunately, like exhaustion starts to hit you at this point. Like you're just so tired that like things are getting blurry. Like your mind just is unable to focus, and you think maybe try again, after a long rest.
Yeah, I can help you more if you wait till after a long rest.
Okay.
Cool. Okay. So yeah, that will take up the rest of your kind of time. And then to Raijin.
So I'm just gonna hang out for a little bit, let Maggie do her thing. I'm gonna do a little praying or whatever. And then
She kind of gives you a look as you begin to pray.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah, that's fine. I kind of ignore it, whatever.
Okay.
And then I'll start like bugging her about more information about my grandpa.
Okay.
Just like how long he was here.
Yeah.
What any interaction they had, whatever. I'll like drop a couple hints on like, did they bang?
Yeah. like your grandfather by reputation.
Yeah.
And that it would never ever happen.
Yeah.
But
Mad
Maggie is like lays it on thick. She doesn't come out and say that they did it, but she is like, ooh,
no, for sure.
Like she like puts hints to make you like in her mind to make you think that they were intimate, but
right. And part of this is just to see like her character on things and like how
give me an insight.
Go.
Give me an
sure.
insight check.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's probably decent actually. Insight. Oh yeah, that's a natural 20.
Okay. Yeah. Kind of like what I said. You feel like her like sexual bravado is a lot of just bravado.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and it's pretty obvious. Then you're like either she knows a lot of really good tricks or something is going on that
But like the big stuff is like, how long was he here? Was most of it just about the memory stuff? Or was there any other stuff?
So she found him out in the middle of the Avernian wasteland, and he was being pursued by devils. Her and Mickey were able to fight them off and drug him half alive into Fort Knucklebone. He was there for a day, came to, and identified himself as a general of Zariel, which piqued her interest because of this new figure that suddenly entered the Avernus playing
this
field,
is a very recent,
whatever. When he arrived, it was days. So the news had kind of gotten out that there's this new player that has arrived, and that at this point she hadn't usurped Bell yet, but yeah, there's all this information that is starting to come up. So her interest was piqued immediately when he was saying, "I was a general of Zariel," and blah blah blah.
Right, because here information is power.
Yeah. So she was, she kind of nursed him back to health, and then he was adamant that he needed to forget. So she crafted a machine that when he was placed inside of it was able to extract part of his memories and kind of send it, like scatter it out into the ether, into wherever it goes, and she says that like his hope was that it would return to him at some point, and that he could use that information to do something, to fight against Zariel or to aid Zariel. She doesn't know, but his hope, because he wanted to know like how long it would take for the memories to return, and she had never done anything like that before, so she wasn't sure. But she said that they would return, but she wasn't sure how long.
Does she still have the thing?
She says, "I have the machine, yes."
Right. And I'm assuming her plan is to try and like reverse engineer it to suck it all back.
Yeah, that's her plan.
There we go. I'm trying to think. Okay, so this is partially related, also partially just kind of random. Is there like a purpose to this like place, like Fort Knucklebones, or is it just kind of her little fortress thing?
Yeah, like she's kind of vague about when she arrived and how she set up shop, but it's basically a repair shop for these infernal war machines. She's semi-neutral.
Right.
There's lots of like war bands that drive all of these infernal war machines of all different shapes and colors.
She's not
and
really
sizes.
for one side or the other. It's just kind of a.
And so this is kind of like a no battle zone where a neutral ground for these war these fighting bands that rove Avernus to come in, and they get repairs, they trade secrets, and then they move on, and so she's kind of set up her own little niche here that she makes money on and is happy. She's
deals in money and information.
Yeah, but she's like she says that it beats being on the material plane and being hunted by adventurers.
I want to try and see if I can like
get in her pants.
I mean, yes, but not yet. No, I want to see if I can figure out like how much she'll talk about to try and get like some of her more valued secrets or information, or like see if she'll just like brag about something that she's like super proud of getting, like information wise or something.
Okay. I mean, she'll brag all day long about conquests on the field with her, demon grinder. She said that, like, she talks about, attacking a war band and just decimating them.
Right, but if she's found some, like, other than the weird Zariel stuff that, like, my grandpa had or whatever, if she had some kind of information that she was, like, super proud that she got or thought was, like, nobody else had or something.
About Zariel or about anything?
Anything. Zariel, Avernus, Bell, even, whatever.
I'm trying to think of anything juicy.
Yeah, I know. I'm really putting you on the spot with some of this stuff.
No, it's okay.
Because like that seems like something she's more interested in dealing in other than just money.
Yep. Yeah, give me a
Persuasion?
Yeah, I'm trying to come up with information to give you like something juicy that she would know. Like that's the problem that I'm having.
Right.
Like, I've got a lot of juicy information, but something that she would know and she would brag about.
Right. You know, and especially like from getting the information on her, like conquest, as it were. I can like flirt her up and
Yeah. Yeah. Give me a persuasion check.
Sure.
I've got something.
All right. Oh, that's not good. That's only a 10.
Okay. Yeah, she's fairly tight-lipped. I mean, she deals in information, and so she kind of catches on. Like she starts to give you a little bit here and there, and then
she kind of realizes what I'm doing.
Oh, I'm not going to give this away. Like I'm not going to give in to this, nice guy like bragging, kind of thing. So she kind of clams up a little bit, unfortunately.
Okay. I'll once I realize she's catching on, I'll get a little flirtier.
Okay.
And just kind of see if anything happens there, but
okay.
I'm not gonna go. I'm gonna try and
give me
get in her pants. I'll let her see if she tries to make it go that way.
Yeah, give me a deception check.
Sure. And I'm gonna roll this guy.
Yeah. Oh dang.
Boo. Boo. That's a 6.
Yeah, she says. Like you start to flirt, and she says, "Honey, you can't handle this." Like this, like that's kind of her. Like she kind of shuts you down right away. Like she's like, not interested.
No, that's fine.
Your grandfather, but you.
Oh,
right. That's
don't have the age under your belt.
Yeah, right? Too young.
You're about 500 years too young.
Yeah, right. No,
but she does crack a smile,
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay.
Like really, all this was just information.
Yeah.
Whatever.
No, yeah.
If it went that way, I'd bite the bullet and go with it, but not the actual pursuit.
Yeah. No. Okay. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay. All right. So
it was really just seeing what I could get out of it.
Yeah. So everyone kind of comes back together, and like, are you gonna do Layman tiny hut then for your long rest?
I don't think we need it.
Yeah, I don't think we need it as well.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to cast it just to
no one's gonna stop you from doing it.
If you don't
for a long
feel
rest,
more safe.
I'll bite that bullet. Just so everyone feels comfortable. That's what I'm here for.
Plus, we can run the AC.
Yeah, and as you're casting it, you do notice a few of the red caps eyeing your gear. So it's probably a good idea. Just FYI.
Yeah, anything you don't want outside, you can put in my chest.
Yeah.
Just to continue my bullshit, I'm gonna see if Maggie will let me stay with her.
She says no.
So I wasn't here for this. Does he tell us that the car runs on us sacrificing hit points?
Don't even say anything. Don't worry, I will take care of this. I will explain it to Coin, but that will be it.
Yeah, so
because it will melt your tiny little mind.
It runs on coins. The hit points thing is just an alternative solution if we run.
Yeah, it'll be like one of those things I keep in my pocket, and if we need it.
Yeah. So
Clash like goes up to him after Coin says, or not Coin, 5 says that, and kind of whispers to him and tells him about the soul coins. And at the same time, he does his mantle of whispers, words of terror,
to Cedric.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the save on it?
Wisdom.
So give me a wisdom
14.
save.
Not good. Oh, nice.
So what does Mantle of Whispers do?
It's not it's the words of terror. It So since I'm saying it about 5, if he failed, he would become frightened of 5.
Okay.
You just see me.
So you see Clash begins to describe
So
that.
hold on, let's back up. In time, enemies can't be in the hut, right?
No.
Bye.
Whenever you create the hut, you designate the creatures, and then they're allowed to pass through.
Okay, so Clash begins to.
But if I'm scared, I
Yeah.
have to move.
Well, no. So this is kind of before you set up the hut. We'll say, you're kind of asking about the demon grinder and stuff, and Clash begins to whisper in your ear, and this deep seated fear that 5 could use souls so flippantly that it means nothing to him to burn the souls of the damned. It just kind of gives you this deep seated fear, so then when you start to make the hut, so you're not like terrified of him where you're running away, but yeah, let's role play this out. So 5 comes over and he's like, "Are you gonna set up the hut for us to sleep in?"
Yeah, you can set up the hut.
Yeah, I guess my character, I would make. I'm trying to edge this out of soon in a sec. I just gotta finish this, writing this down, and I'm gonna.
And this is when Clash
God, this
comes
is
over.
impossible though, because I gotta do this for a minute. I gotta send him someone for a minute.
Well, so what you could do is
hold on. My deception is super high. I'll lie and say that Clanging Clank or whatever their names were needed him.
Okay.
And maybe I'll do a deception.
Yeah. Give me a deception check.
Okay. Not a great roll, but it's a 19.
Okay. Do you want to do a perception check or insight or?
What do they need me for?
Oh,
I need to power down, and you just see me stop moving.
Okay. So at this point you can cast Layman's. 5 is just standing outside of the hut, and you can get in there and just not allow him access. Okay.
And I just sit there staring at the hut. And my head goes wing every 5 minutes. Wing, for centuries.
That's awesome. And then it goes away eventually, right?
Like an hour.
Julian?
After an hour.
Okay.
So I've been thinking for a while. I was like, I made him call me whispers because I kind of wanted him to be a gossip.
Oh, okay.
But,
yeah, so
the words of terror goes away after an hour.
Yeah, so you cast the Layman's Tiny Hut and you get in, and everyone else kind of gets in, and yeah, 5 is just like horror movie staring stock still right into the hut, you can feel the burning on the back of your head, and so everyone's kind of sitting and
Yeah, and every 5 minutes you see my head kind of go wee. And 5 minutes later, wee.
Is he visibly freaked out to the rest of us?
Yeah, give me an insight check.
Okay.
Well, Clash likes coins, so
pretend that
Clash would
I'm not,
nudge
though?
coin
That
and
I'm
point at the
cool,
two of
or-
them.
Okay, so yeah, you would point it out to Coin.
Yeah, point it out to coin, not to Raijin and Q.
Okay, so
That's a
yeah,
coin.
give me a deception check, and if you guys want to know.
Oh no, I don't give a
You
shit.
don't care. Okay.
30.
Oh, nice.
I've got
So,
my own
yeah,
stuff going on.
So according to you guys, Cedric is fine. There's nothing wrong with him. But now since Clash pointed this out to Coin, you see that Cedric is
Visibly sweating.
There's small drips of sweat. He glances over his shoulder randomly, at 5 every once in a while, kind of like a jerking motion.
He's a little twitchy.
Yeah.
Coin doesn't have any tinkering left, but he'll pick up. I assume that there's probably some pebbles or something, or just little things laying around the hut. And as we're laying there getting ready to do our long rest or whatever, and he's freaking out, just curled up like a baby, and I'm just taking these little pebbles and I'm tossing them over by his cot or something, making noises.
Yeah, so yeah, you're
Pure
twitching,
silence.
you swear 5 is there and he's got in the hut somehow. But then after an hour, it begins to fade, that fear, and you're like, like, why was I scared of him? Like, he was just asking for information. Like, he hasn't promised.
He was the first one to come rescue me.
Yeah, exactly. And you kind of, I think you kind of just discounted as like, I must be like really tired. Like, there's something must have been going on.
It's
like,
been a long day.
Yeah, it's been a really long day. Like, weird things have been happening.
If Coin notices him kind of coming out of that, he just kind of like, we're all laying there, and then I see him kind of breathing and rationalizing or whatever, and then I just kind of go, "He's just a big robot, you dummy. Go to
bed." Okay. All right. So you guys go to sleep, and you get a full night's rest.
Sweet.
But
son of a
fuck off.
So we'll end it with this. A couple things.
Okay.
Q first.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
You dream.
Oh yeah.
I have a dream.
Oh yeah.
I have a dream.
Are standing in complete darkness. You can tell just by the strange echoes. It feels like you're in a cavern, but it's like you can see nothing around you. You can just tell, like you can hear like a pebble like kind of clang down. You can kind of hear the echoes around you. There's just darkness all around, and a few strange echoes and like noises all around.
Yeah, I'll shoot out some fucking key blasts to try and light the place
key
up.
blasts immediately dissipate. Like within a foot,
good.
it's just it's
Am
sucked
I
up.
fat in the dream?
No. Well, actually, yes, you are. Sorry, you are fat.
Not much you can do about that.
So you just sit here for a minute, and you hear a low growl behind you.
I turn around.
Okay. You see two glowing eyes slowly like coming towards you, and as it approaches, a light begins to faintly glow above your head, and you can make out a reptilian form kind of come into the light, gigantic, huge, imposing. It comes up to you. You can feel the nostril breath like blow against your gigantic afro, and it kind of huffs and then circles you, and it makes 2 or 3 circles around you, inspecting. You feel like it is looking, is judging.
Yeah.
I
don't normally look like this.
Yeah. And he says, you pitiful being, you are not worthy to even speak her name.
Whose name?
Shenra's name.
What, do you know Shenra? Who are you?
He says, it is a male dragon, and you make out some green tones. He says, I am a follower of the dragon, the queen of dragons.
Is that Tiamat feller?
Huffs and growls, and it says, "A curse is upon you, little one." He says,
I have noticed.
You are not even worthy to worship Tiamat's children.
Well, what can I do to become worthy?
It huffs again, and it says, potential. He says, prove yourself, and that curse that befalls you will be removed.
How?
It says,
what must I
Tiamat's Tiamat's general requires an artifact, a magical orb. The cursed Empyrean has it. Retrieve it and deliver it to Archon. your curse will be lifted, and you may of yet be used to her.
Don't respond, but I think
It circles again. And you see like green flame kind of.
Where can I find this cursed Empyrean?
It says show me the map. And suddenly the map is in your hand.
Show it to him.
And I can't remember where it is. I'll figure it out. But she points to a place on the map. I'm drawing a complete blank as to where it is. She points to a place on the map and she says, "You will find him here."
Okay, so I don't know where it is, so I could just.
Yeah.
This orb is it
there,
what I think it
obviously.
is?
She says it's an orb that helps control dragons.
I will find this orb. I'll prove my worth.
Oh, hold on, I got it.
He's just like, wait a second, I know where it's at now.
I'm freaking I was right there. Here.
Okay. It's just not quite where we're headed, but it is nearby.
Horseshoes and hand grenades.
It
Yeah.
huffs again. Your answer. Week 1.
I will prove myself. I am worthy.
It huffs in approval, and everything goes black. You wake up in the morning. Nothing has changed. Still same size, but there is a necklace around your neck. And you look down. There's a claw, and it's holding this sphere. It is a magical item. It's the I lost the note. It's the insignia of claws.
Insignia of claws.
Neat.
Oh yeah, right.
Yep. Yeah, I think you mentioned it. Yeah, insignia of claws.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fucking A.
All right. Ryden, you have a dream.
Yeah, of course I do.
You are traveling Avernus, alone. No sound, nothing.
Of course not. Why would there be?
You hear a popping noise, and suddenly the wind of Avernus you overtakes you, and it's refreshing. It shouldn't be refreshing, but it is to just hear anything again. And you hear disembodied voice say, "Feels good to hear again, doesn't it? I could make it last, you know. I don't need your soul. Anything like that. Just a favor."
Well, it did feel good, but no, not so much.
He says, the voice says, "Come see me. We'll talk." And then the dream fades.
That's it. Just come see me. We'll talk.
Yeah.
No idea where we're going. Just
Sweet.
And you wake up,
Yep.
and you feel a tug. You feel a direction.
Okay.
Like it's west,
West-ish.
eastish.
East?
Sorry. I'm upside down.
There's
This way.
This way.
Eastish.
Oh no. Okay.
North. eastish.
Yeah, no, I never would have guessed. No.
And you wake up and you can hear.
What?
Oh shit! You got your hearing back?
Oh no.
But I'm still fat.
Oh no.
And then it lasts for an hour and a half, and then
I go deaf again.
lose it again. And that's where we'll stop for the night. But.
Man, screw you.